Hello, everybody. Today is Saturday, March 30th, and you're listening to episode 10 of In Progress. Yes, 10. I actually was going to send you a message and be like, we're doing 10, right?
Yes. 10.
My name is White Sword. Got my friend Dat and my other friend Lanyard.
Hello, hello.
And welcome to the show.
Welcome, welcome.
So, how's everybody doing this weekend?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
I'm alright. A little tired. Streaming all the time is somewhat gauging, although my alcoholism is not helping.
Is it taxing? Is it taxing? Really wearing on you?
Well, not the alcoholism, but the live stream is more.
We want to go over some housekeeping stuff real quick. Change some stuff to the show. We've kind of got a format now.
Yeah.
We had a little talk, and we kind of had some stuff that we agreed on to. They have notes, but I don't believe in printers because it's killing trees. So we've changed the show a little. We're not really, but we're still going to talk about the same things we talked about, but we're going to try to make it a little more organizational-wise. We're going to have our sections. We also talked about putting things under White Sword Media a little more. Like the rest of this time on the show, will most likely be posted on the channel. And we want more feedback from you guys, so please go to the Facebook page and leave us comments. And tell us what you want to talk about if you have topics or things that you are interested in us talking about. Some of the other things we're going to talk about movies now. We watched a movie. We're going to try to do some game reviews. We all played the game this weekend. What were some other things that we?
Well, just general topics. Something that comes up in the gaming world, or something that might intrigue us that we can talk about. Of course, that's the more help from the viewers and from the listeners, the better. So
exactly.
So if you go to the Facebook page, which is Name in Progress, and it's on there. I think that's just all it is, just Name in Progress.
Yeah, it should be facebook.com/Name in Progress.
Name Progress. So and you'll find us there, like us there, and put your comments in. Say, hey guys, have you heard about this? Right? Have you heard about that? And because the show is all about viewers like you.
Exactly.
Without our viewers or without our listeners, we would just be talking to ourselves, which is what we do anyway. But we decided to share that with you guys. So any of your input would helps. And if you'd like to donate to the show to help us pay for certain things like some hair for Dat. You go to the Podomatic Name in Progress, which is Name in Progress /Podomatic. Is that correct, Dat?
Nameinprogress1.podomatic.com.
Okay.
And we'll have a link below.
And then there's a PayPal donate down there. You can throw in $1. You can throw in a couple bucks. You can throw in $1,000.
And all that does is go back to helping better the show.
That's right.
Yep.
So,
Kevin's internet connection, Lanyard's microphone, Lanyard's cameras.
You
keep saying that, buddy, but I'm seeing no
why
problems
is it that I can get on Skype and it's fine? It's only Voodoo that I have this.
Because we're not running
Skype is the devil.
We're not running the camera on Skype.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. If I don't have a anyway. Donating helps us because it helps you.
That's right.
Yeah. So
nonetheless,
so let's go ahead.
I didn't see any. Well, I didn't see any really new YouTube comments. A couple of people said that Kevin, you look totally different. That he watched all your videos when he was a kid, which I thought was hilarious because the comment was actually on an episode that
he
didn't
wasn't on.
have you. Yeah.
Wow,
so
you look
apparently
completely different. So it must
you
have
look
been me.
completely different because no, it's probably me because I'm completely bald and based on the video I look a little bit different.
Right
I know what it says, but.
That wasn't, what the hell was that kid's name that used to come in our event all the time? I used to go to sleep to your WoW versus Guild Wars video.
Scary.
I think I know who you're talking about. We kicked him out of the guild 8 times.
Not Calvin or whatever.
Kelvin.
Yeah.
Nice.
We love you, Calvin.
Yeah.
Even if you
Tried to get into the guild as he got into the guild initially and WoW as tried to get in there as White Sword Junior, and it pissed you off.
Yeah.
We're never gonna let this little fucker into the guild. But nonetheless, yeah, we do have our weeks, guys. I'll let you. Let's see where you guys were this week.
Hold on here. This is this is what we're talking about. Calm down. So let's go ahead and talk about our week. Lanyard, how was your week? What did you do?
I played some SWTOR.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. I did really. I logged in and I played my Lanyard, which I hadn't played in forever. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to this Phantom X area and check it out. You know, so before I wanted to get in there before the double experience went away, before the cartel people went away, and I didn't. So all I had was the Area X or Section X or whatever it's called. And so I went ahead and went over there and did the dailies over there. And I really thought it was pretty cool. I like the dailies over there. I mean, they're going to be just like any other new, fresh area. It's going to get dull and boring after a while. But
yeah,
it was pretty cool going in and doing that. And I got they had a massive PvP battle going on between the good guys, the Sith, and the bad guys, the Republic. And we're the good guys.
Just for now.
I'm a bounty hunter. I can be whoever I want to be. But so it was a huge PvP battle. Because their spawn area is just right on the other side of the field, I guess you could say, and ours is on the other side. So it was just constant reheal, run in. The other side was pulling mobs, and we were pulling mobs. So it's just this huge battle. It was really, really fun. And then once the good guys, us, finally ran them out, and they got tired of dying all the time, I went off and I was healing, or I respawned and I went to the medical guy and healed up, and realized that there was a quest there to turn in. And I was like, oh, well, this is convenient. So I turned that in, and it comes to find out that's the start of the HK, going to get your HK mission. So I did that, and then I flew off into space to find the derelict spaceship. And yes, that was really cool. That part was really cool. I thought it was funny though that it said this is a 2+ mission, and I go in and there's nothing to kill except for that one guy, and he was like pew pew and he's dead. It was like, okay.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of boring with 2 people running around, but it was.
Well,
it was pretty cool.
It accomplishes the task a little bit faster. But that's about it. But I mean, the idea was, when I did that mission, the guildie that I was with, we ran it on both the Republic and the Imperial side.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it was literally just getting it done quicker. That was the nice part about it.
So I did that, and I got back to the ship, and they gave me a little scanner. And to scan for parts, and I was like, okay, so where do I go? Because I listened to the whole cutscene, and he said there might be places on planets that you can look for. Good luck. There's a lot of planets. Where do I start? So luckily, in the mission thing, it says such and such is on Tatooine, such and such is on. So I was like, okay, cool. So the first place I got to go to is the Smuggler's Den, which should be okay, I think, because I've waited long enough that there's not going to be as many people looking for HK. However,
I asked you, I figured it was easier to do.
So what?
Since everybody's already done it since it came out, sometimes was it easier to get everything done?
Well, I haven't gotten that far. I'm on my way to go do it. However, when I was up in that Section X area, there was a bunch of people there. So, I mean, how many of them were actually moving on to the HK mission? I don't know. Although I did run with a person on the final heroic there in the little storyline for Section X with somebody. I was like, hey, I've never been in here before, so excuse me if I get lost. And he texts back, I've never been here either. And it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So there are a few new 50s in that area, which is cool. It was a lot of fun. So I did that. I played a little bit of World of Tanks. Oh, I wish I had my video recording, because I was in my little I think it's a B-21. It's a little Russian tank. It looks like a Twinkie, okay, with a turret on top. And they're really
How long do you think it's going to be before they add that you and proceed your tanks and turn them gold.
I don't know, man.
That'd be too funny. I was thinking of Modern Warfare.
Oh,
gold tanks running around.
And so I'm in this little tank, and it's a really, really fast tank, and we're on the map called the airfield. For those of you that know, you start out on opposite sides, and there's like a little gully in between with where the water washes in, and then the airfield is on the far north of the map. Well, I go zipping out, and this little tank's really fast, and I had already had it really frustrating, so I was like, didn't even care. I was just going to go zing over there and spot a few people, get some extra points, then die. So I go running over there, and I go whipping around, and I come up over around this hill, and there's a TD, one of the French tank destroyers, the little fat one is called a Sumo. And I come running up on it, and he shoots and misses me, and I go zipping around him, and I come around, and he's up against a little bit of a hill. So people on the camera can kind of see this. So there's like a little hill right here, and he's sitting here like this. Well, I go to the left of him, which is against the hill, and I'm targeting him, and I pull the trigger just as my tank comes up and is like airborne, and he shoots at the same time while I'm airborne. I hit the ground, and I actually didn't break anything, which was quite crazy amazing, because I mean I had some serious air, and I shot him in the back, then came around behind him and shot him again, and was almost had him done. Then one of his buddies comes flying in from behind, blows me apart. But I wish I'd had that on video, because I was mid-air and shot while I was flying my tank. It was so cool. But I played a little bit of that. We played, and of course we'll talk about it later. But I did play the Oregon Trail.
And you streamed it a little.
Say again?
You streamed it.
I did stream a little bit of it, and it's on my Twitch channel, which is Lanyard1. Nobody ever watches my live feeds. I don't.
I did.
Yeah, you did for a little while. I don't really care, because I don't really care.
Yeah.
But so I live fed it for a while and played that. I think I just got a little ways past St. Louis, and then let's see, did I do anything else? I think that was pretty much it. Yeah, well, then I updated all the games that I haven't played in forever, which took for a while, but that's it. Oh, I did do a little SimCity, but not much.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I did do another day of Suiza on Mass Effect 3, and that's also
cool.
on the Twitch. So I do about an hour-ish of the Mass Effect 3. I kind of try to cut the video at kind of an ending, so you know how the story's going, and then of course, like, so this last episode, we left Mars, and as it faded to black, I cut it out. So I was like, okay, guys, that's it. You know, we'll just pick it up from here, whenever, you know, later on. So
yeah.
So, and that's
it.
That's the way
to do it. I mean, if you're gonna play the game, you might will have a story going on in yourself too.
Oh yeah, and I love the story. I mean, there's not really any game to it, at least not that I've played so far. There's a few little shoots, and every time it comes up to the point where I have to do something with the character and shoot stuff, I completely forgot how to do it, because it's been so long in between the shooting and the movie, and I don't even really care. I've got okay. I'm gonna be first to admit I've got it on simple mode, on easy. Well, not easy mode, but like the next one up, like casual, I think it is. So I get a little bit of action and story rather than just story.
Well, that's not. I talked to somebody else, and he said that was one of the problems that he had with the game, was that there was too much cutscenes and audio type, not enough action going on in the game.
And it's really not a game; it's a movie with some action in between.
Yeah.
And that's fine, because the storyline's great. I love the storyline. I could totally see a TV series like this, although it would probably end up being something like
Battlestar Galactica.
No, it would be something like that. What was that terrible movie where the bugs attacked and they had to go kill the bugs?
I know what you're talking about. The one
Space Troopers or
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers. Yeah, the first one was terrible.
You make it sound like that's a bad movie.
They made a second one, and it was like, "Are you kidding me?" And it was.
From what I was told, the only reason to watch it was for the shower scene.
Shower scene's good.
Yeah.
The whole movie's good.
Come on, it's got Doogie Howser in it. Nothing with Doogie Howser in it is good. Period. And don't say that TV show, because I've watched that TV show and it's stupid.
How I Met Your Mother is hilarious.
Yeah,
I don't
if you're
watch
stoned or drunk, I guess it would be. But then again, watching Sesame
I'm drunk
Street,
quite frequently.
Just watching Sesame Street drunk is quite fun. So
that's your week, buddy?
That's my week. White Sword, Your turn.
No.
Or are you going to go last?
Going to jump to Dat.
You're going to jump to Dat.
Okay.
Dat, how was your week, buddy? What'd you do? Anything interesting?
Well, obviously,
okay, that's
we
nice. Anyway, no, go ahead.
Obviously, we recorded let's see.
Well, that was
oh,
great.
sorry, I was checking it out. No,
Stop texting while we've already
discussed.
discussed this. You cannot text while you're trying to talk.
Hey, I'm the fucking chat moderator
you gotta pay
here.
attention to us.
But anyway, so I obviously I did a little bit of play with SWTOR this week, mostly just me and Pseudo leveling up some more, and the wifey is actually getting her own little bit of fan base apparently on my page, because every time I put up, leveling with wifey, I have some of my subscribers who actually log in and say what's up to me and the wife. Cool. They apparently look forward to hearing the wife go, "Oopsie," every time she pulls something at random.
Nice.
We just finished our quest series on Tatooine, and we're just bearing into the Alderaan series on our Republic characters. It's a lot of fun because I'm basically a pyro tank, because everywhere we go, she tries to run Kemval, but I end up holding aggro for most of the mobs. I've been live streaming all week with Battlefield when I get home from work. And I'd like to live stream more than just Battlefield, but it's predominantly what my friends want to play.
Right.
So whenever I get on, if nobody's really on, maybe I'll log into SWTOR or one of my smaller games. But 9 times out of 10, by 2 in the morning, I'm nonstop Battlefield streaming, and I have to admit, apparently my hitch is the drunken noob, because while I am a noob and I cannot play it to the extent of some of my friends, I did really fantastic last night. I would almost think that I was on a good pound of Captain Fantastic last night, because everything was moving in such slow motion. My character was able. I upped the and this is kind of nerdish. But if you guys play FPS and you have gaming mice, I upped the polling on my Razer Abyss to 1,000 from, what is it, 125. It's normal is its normal transfer rate, and I upped the DPI to 3,500. And basically what it allows me to do is just spin around targets a lot faster to get to people quicker, and catch people that are running behind me. Which, if you have a standard gaming, if you don't have an actual gaming mouse and you're playing a first-person shooter, you do not know what you're missing. 90% of the people you're calling a hacker probably just have a really bitchin' gaming mouse.
Better system than you.
Possibly, yeah. And I've got was it Vortex built a $2,500 system. He's got the 8-core processor, the 32 gigs of RAM, or the 16 gigs of RAM. He's got this beastly 7950 video card. So he's got a really bitchin' setup, not including his his G15 and whatever gaming mouse he's using. His gameplay is better than mine. Mep actually, Lanyard, on the last show, Last Name in Progress, I went on the tirade about how we couldn't find a server that he could get on and not be accused of being a hacker.
Well, if he just stopped playing so well.
Yeah, if he sucked as bad as I did, no one would ever call him a hacker.
And he didn't use hitbox.
Yeah. If he didn't actually fire at the target and just shot at his feet.
Maybe he should try doing C4 Rain once in a while.
Well, C4 Rain actually was a big part of my nights. But, we got onto the IAF servers for BF3 on PC, and there was one guy that actually tried to call him out, right? Mm-hmm. Well, instead of buckling, one of the admins, who was a member of the IAF clan, had actually been like, because one of the guys said, "Oh, there's a hacker here," and he goes, "You better not say Mep, because that guy's just really fucking good."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Mep, you're home, buddy. Dude, we're fucking home."
You're in. Cool.
Well,
what's going to happen when BF4 comes out?
Who knows?
Did you pre-order it?
I have not.
I love that it's not blue.
Yeah. I'm thinking about buying it, but you know, the only thing I've seen is some basic gameplay. They're not betaing the first-person shooter aspect of it or the multiplayer aspect of it, and that's what I want to see, because the storyline really matters not.
I didn't know
the older version.
Yeah, unlike Modern Warfare 3, Battlefield's single-player storyline has never been strong story-wise. It's go with your group and go over here, and then go over. It becomes like a multiplayer with you just playing bots.
Yeah.
A single player style.
It's okay, but you know, they're showing storyline, they're showing cutscenes, and cutscenes are great. You know, I want beautiful cutscenes. That's fantastic, but it doesn't matter a shit if the physics are off or, you know, if the gameplay itself doesn't work out for multiplayer. Because you know, like as opposed to games like BioShock or Mass Effect, it doesn't matter what the storyline is. You know, where those games are storyline dependent because, for the lack of a better terminology, they're more or less RPGs with guns. You know, these are first-person shooters. First-person shooters are always going to be something that you play specifically because, you know, you're online and want to kill a bunch of people. So when I see when I see that kind of footage, that's what I'll be happy with. And when I see the new the new arenas that they're going to hold for the different maps, like right now they just introduced what they said was going to be the last of the premium packs, which was Endgame, and we were just running like mugs. It was retarded. I've leveled up my tanks, my IFVs, and with the IAF servers being hardcore. Friendly fire's on, so you don't get things like C4 rain on large terrain maps. Playing Conquest, so it's a much larger arena, not as large as some of the large Conquest maps. Go ahead.
I was wondering about that because I would watch you play, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know who's the enemy because it's hard to see. I mean, in the video at least, it's hard to see any names that are like bright red or yellow, or so I would be like, I'd have so many, you know, what's it called,
friendly kills
that I got one, jackass.
It'd be like me pulling people into fire and
I'd
killed somebody.
I'd be fragging my own lieutenants and stuff, and I was wondering about that. I was like,
I will say I don't know about Battlefield 4, but at least I think it was in Battlefield 2. They had somebody could be the general, and in that position would then have an overview of the map. That was basically because the maps in that game and the other battle games were so fucking huge that they needed to add system in so you can say, "Hey, everybody, let's go here, let's go here." Do they have that in Battlefield 2 or 3?
Or
is it because the maps are smaller?
In 3, the best way, I mean, they have a basic layout for the map, but you only get to see so much of it. You know, it's okay to, I mean, it's really, you know, kind of funny when you're playing the game and you're in the smallest maps, which are the team death matches. 90% of the time, you know, there's an exact spot where you're trying to control the flow of people to maximize your kills. With what I found out from live streaming last night is everybody loves the canals for no reason at all.
It's where you get the best fish.
Yeah. But no shower canals last night was very, very fruitful for me. I'm seeing, thanks to a combination of C4 and proper gun usage, which Mep's been helping me out with, and updating the settings on my mouse, I've actually had a chance to get several more kills, and averaging about 70 to 80 kills, or 60 to 70 kills a match, with, you know, that with a overall in-game KDR of 2.0, which is really making me happy. I've gotten a lot of assignments done. Look like you had.
Does that be? You were saying you had a list of kills. Now I understand that a lot of those are going to be repeat kills because people respawn back in. Does it have an ability to say how many times you killed the same person? Because I mean, if it's just like an uber noob and you killed him like 30 times, that really doesn't count.
No,
it'd be like me walking in front of your gun every time. That doesn't count, you know.
Those are what become known as nemesis kills. And nemesis are people that just can't seem to kill you in between you killing them. I actually had one really nice medic. I don't remember what his name was. I wish I would have wrote it down. I want to thank him a lot for rezzing his teammates while I was still C4 blasting.
You're alive, asshole! Boom!
I got to kill the same four snipers 3 runs in a row. Every time I respawned, I spawned on one of Mep's beacons and dropped a bunch of C4 on them, and they died. And he jumped down and rezzed them, and I came back. I came back and I did him again. But it's just been a lot of fun. I really wish I had more time to, like I did when I was on vacation, to be able to stream more games. Unfortunately, like I said, I play games to play with my friends, and Battlefield's the main one right now. I do enjoy Deathmatch more than I do Conquest, because with the larger maps, you spend half your time getting to where the weapons are, and then you die, and you're like, well, fuck, and you gotta do it all over again. I watched the 17-minute Battlefield trailer last night, or this morning, whatever you want to call it, and like I said, it looks good, but obviously they've chopped it up so that it's shorter than the amount of gameplay you'll actually spend in the game if you intend to actually play it. So, it's kind of hit or miss. I'm not real excited by it. I'm not upset with it. It looks smooth, but it's one of those things where I only play the storyline to unlock the extra guns that I need for multiplayer.
Spacebar.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like a game that does that. Like, that was the problem that people were saying in Mass Effect 3, is there's actually apps that you can use on your phone to unlock more stuff. So when you beat the game, I don't like a game that's like, hey, we couldn't make enough content, so we're going to say, if you want that stuff, you have to this part of the game. Well, you know what? I don't give a shit about that part of the game. I don't want to play multiplayer to unlock stuff for my single-player game. I want to play this part of the game, and I should not be gated because I chose not to do the other stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's weapon necessity. If you don't see that weapon's something, or if you're not like trying to unlock everything, then it doesn't really matter. I mean, and in my case, like, MEP helped me out with co-op missions so I could unlock things like my EMR and a few other guns. I played the storyline because I actually thought it would be fun. But...
Okay, so we're trying to keep our week short.
Yeah, that's it for me. What you got, Kev?
Anyways, so... this week I kind of did a little of everything. They finally released Slenderman: The Arrival game at full. It was one that if you like Slenderman, you like this game. From what little I've seen, I messed around a little bit when I got it and when it was in beta. Played that for a little bit. Didn't really go too much because I liked some of the changes they did. They changed it instead of you just walked around like a girl. Now you have like a camcorder, so your screen has like little camcorder stuff like that. So it gives you like, oh, this is what you're doing. And there's actual official things to do in the game besides just find the 8 pages that you're supposed to find.
Yeah.
I too played the Oregon, the fucking Oregon Trail knockoff. Yep. I played some roller tanks to a little bit. That's the thing you were saying about the jumping. It's the thing that I forget. That I got for free for playing when they had the anniversary. That one that doesn't get no extra money. And I love just going and just cruising. I love that they actually put that in there. I mean, it does usually damage my tank to the point that I can't do anything. But I just love just the jumping on the tank.
Wait. Back up. You started out talking about Oregon Trail. And then you pixelated it out, did an auto tune, and the next thing you know, you come out talking about tanks, and I'm like, I don't remember there being a tank in that zombie game.
Fucking voodoo. Okay, so I was saying, I played some roller tank.
Okay.
And it's that tank that we got for free.
Oh yeah, the little one you got for New Year's. The little American tank. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah. So I love doing jumps on that, and I love that kind of mechanic is actually in the. It's not like, awesome. No, your tank needs to be grounded. You can't move. I like that they put that in.
If you get a chance to go into, I think they put some light tanks, some super fast light tanks in the American tree. I'm not sure, but if you get a chance to go into any of the other really light tanks, like the German line has a bunch of light tanks. The T-15, the T-14. I think the Lux or Luch or whatever the hell it is in German. Those things are like uber fast. So and if you put like what you do is you save up enough money and you put like the extra suspension on them, so that
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay, the heavy suspension on them, and then put a lightweight gun, lightweight turret, and remove all your ammo.
I was gonna say,
just make it super freaking light.
I was just fucking brutal.
and just fly across the screen and get as many light up as many of the enemy targets as you can, because you get scout points.
Okay,
for
now
those.
that it's gone, we're on his stream.
Yeah, I know. Should we mess it
We
up?
should talk a little. We should mess it up.
It's ironic that we're on his stream, and I think he's going to stream.
I know.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, you get those, and you just you'll hit jumps, and you just screw.
Yeah, and I love that.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Because it's the thing I like to do in WoW. I would just run around and do that.
Yeah. And
Okay,
not only that,
so-
hey, if you're doing it and you're spotting people, now you're helping your other team out as long as they're quick enough to shoot them. So,
Yeah. So played some WoW. Been playing a little bit of Minecraft off and on. I got this new texture pack, and the thing about for me for WoW, sometimes a texture pack will change the entire game. No, it's the same game. It's just the look of it. I got this texture pack. It's called the OCD texture pack, which is great.
For WoW?
No, for Minecraft.
Oh.
I only play a little Minecraft. I've really been I really got to that point where I'm just onto raid once a week, and I kind of goof off every once in a while. I too played a little bit of Sims, and I've decided that I'm done with Sims until they
to come out with 2.0 or something.
It's like I was telling you right before the show. Somebody has already made a region that has over 1 million people, has no power, no electricity, and they have the tall skyscraper buildings.
Yeah.
It literally looked like something out of Judge Dredd, you know, when they're like, oh, we combined everybody into the districts. That's exactly what his town looked like.
Wow.
It was shit, but he was making no money, and he was loved.
Yeah.
So
something doesn't work right.
It doesn't work right, and there's so many little things that, like, as somebody who's never really played a lot of Sims games, I didn't really understand a lot. Like, oh, what's the big deal? Who cares? But it is a big deal. It's little things like that. It is dumb.
Yeah. It's still fun, but yeah, you gotta get it. But like I had said before, it's one of those games where I'm gonna get bored with it really quick.
Exactly.
I knew that when I bought it. I should have never walked into Freddy's to begin with. But I knew when I bought it that I was like, listen, I'm not gonna get my $60 out of this. I'm gonna play it, and then I'm gonna get bored with it really quick. But now I have it, and I can always go back on a slow day and tinker with it, because my town doesn't move. As soon as I log out, it just sits there. And right now, I think I'm making $3,500 an hour. I've got something like 70,000 people. I've had to add more power supply, but I mean.
Can I tell you that one of the main reasons I bought it was because when I bought it, there was all the talk about they were going to give. I looked at it as an investment, as I'm going to get a free game out of this, because when I bought it,
you didn't know about the free game when you bought it.
Well, no,
you did not know about it. It didn't come out until after we bitched and moaned and cried about it. There's no way you knew about the free game after this.
So I bought the game because there was going to be a free game with it. Unlike you, I do keep up with this stuff.
Okay.
So I knew that this was not only going to be just an investment of this, that I'll get this game, but I'll get something else. And I didn't know what the free games were. I mean, I could have screwed myself and just got a free copy of fucking Bejeweled, and then it'd been like, well, there you go, you bought a game, and now you get a free game, but it's a Bejeweled game.
Barbie Wonderland.
Yeah, or Hello Kitty Adventure Island.
I still want to play that.
It just looks so goofy. I loaded up. I got a message on my TeamSpeak the other day, or not TeamSpeak, but I got on Steam. Somebody was looking for.
Did somebody close Uvu?
No, you just left.
You did.
I never did a damn thing.
It said you left.
Yeah.
Okay, well, keep talking. I'm still streaming, so.
Okay.
Just not without my face. Go ahead, keep going. I'm there.
That's weird. Anyways, well, it's weird with you not being here.
I know. What can I say?
Anyways, I'm adding now. There we go. So I got into Steam and I started to play a little bit of Team Fortress.
Oh.
I haven't played that in a while, and I really always loved Team Fortress. I mean, I'm not a big first-person shooter. Like, I would get bored playing Battlefield 3. As much as I think the game looks great and everything, I just would get bored. I'd rather watch that play or watch else play. But Team Fortress for me, has always been a little better because I like the fucking goofiness of it. So I got in there and it's like, hey, can I have some of your stuff? I ended up giving a couple things away because I really just don't play the game. So if you see me on Steam and there's something in my inventory you want, don't go fucking crazy.
Oh, I want Dota. Please send me Dota, because I don't have enough copies of that.
I know, yeah, Dota. I know. I gave away all those copies. I couldn't even give them away.
No, you can't even just. I started actually throwing them away. I just said delete.
I have like 20 keys to give away, and nobody would take. I think I ended up just giving it to
everybody has them.
Yeah, everybody has
That's
it.
I love about that. Anyway, so I did a bunch of that. I played a little bit of everything, but then about the middle of the week, I kind of stopped playing some games and really got into watching videos about 3D printers for some goddamn reason.
3D. Oh, the 3D printers where you can make stuff out of it. Yeah. Those are. I want one of those, man.
I want one of those too.
Yeah, they're like $2,000.
Oh no! If they were only 2,000, I would have one.
They're actually cheaper than that. But so I got into watching this thing on the fact that it was a whole thing, and this is, I know you guys are all gun guys, and many of you got guns. I don't think you want to get them. It was I watched just a whole documentary about 3D printers and guns and how the government is going to work. Like, how is this going to work? Like, how are you going to control these pieces that you can literally print out? And there was a guy, he literally was leading the campaign on making pieces. I think whatever that gun that was used in that school shooting. I don't know. I think it's the gun that cop accused me. I have my AR-57.
The problem is the less the material that they're making it out of can actually handle the impact of a. It's clay, dude. You shoot it once, it blows in your hand.
There's a guy on YouTube that showed you how to mill the parts yourself.
Yeah, this guy,
and if you make it from parts, it's not illegal to own it.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing. When he submitted the thing to the government, they're like, well, basically, you could actually carve this piece that's supposedly the dangerous piece out of wood, and it would still do the same thing. Yeah. But the fact that the 3D printers are getting so cheap, I mean, they're like $1,200. You can do the MakerBot one, and there's another one that I was watching from 2 years ago that you could buy that literally came in whatever color you want to match your. That's how close we are getting to this technology of being right there in our house. And I was watching, there's a YouTube channel called Vivio or something like that. Or no, it's a Vsauce. And they had a thing about a guy who was already printing 3D food. I mean, this 3D printer stuff is crazy, and how fast it's coming. Before we realize it, we're all going to have them. I was looking online.
He's printing 3D food, but I guess that wouldn't fall under the organic category, would it?
Yeah, I can't remember what they said the material was. But I mean, it's just crazy.
He's printing it out of Jello.
Tofu.
Yeah.
Or tofu. Yeah, there you go. Because I know it's a bunch of little it's dust, and then it magnetizes the dust and all that other crap, and it blocks it together and it prints it out. That's how it prints it. That's the one I've seen printed out. I've also seen the kind that just you have a block of material and the thing cuts it out. But they've had those forever. But yeah, I mean, I like it because shit. You know how many of my avatars that I would like to have a statuette of, not just a fucking WoW one.
Okay, I'll send you a link after, when we're done here of a site that you can submit that, and they will print it for you. That's the thing. Because I wanted to get a Target because I was looking online. I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool.
I want Lanyard from SWTOR in his new garb, or in the blue and white, for that matter.
Well, do you like that?
I want a tall one too, not that little short fricker.
There was a
12
there was a WoW site
I want a 12
where
incher.
You could submit your avatar to the actual site, and then they would make it on whatever you were wearing in the armory.
Would it be any? It would be any avatar of any game, because I know that one place was just straight up
WoW.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyways.
Well, that's great.
Watch. It's crazy the technology for that 3D printer is coming along so quickly. And yeah, so that's basically my week. I got into that, and I have been watching lots of just shit on 3D printers, and it's just blown away to how fast it's coming and how soon we're all going to have one in our house. And oh, did you need a new dish, honey? So hold on a second.
Oh, dish, yeah.
That's
easy. That's like a 2-second thing. Yeah, you can.
Well, I mean,
screw doing dishes, just throw them away and make new ones.
That's basically what we're coming to. We're coming to that point where if we can make these, it's going to be made like nothing, like it's still being.
What do they call those? What do they call those in Star Trek? You go to the wall and you punch in what you want.
Oh,
and it prints
replicators.
Out. Yeah, replicator.
Yep, it's coming, man.
If you think about it, that'd be a great way of transporting things, because if it makes it well enough to where it's duplicate of the same thing, Obviously, it would have to be, at this point, it would have to be something simple. But you could just say, well, I've got this thing. You know what? Just fax it to me. You fax them to scan it. It goes to the computer, and then you hit print, and the thing prints it, and you go, oh, okay, I see. Well, what if you change this, and then you have a new one printed? That would be kind of cool, man.
Yeah, it's great. Not much going on since I kind of got caught into that. So we're going to move on to this week's topic.
This week's topic.
This week's topic, which is well, we watched the movie. We made a post on the Facebook page saying that we were going to watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which I think is an amazing movie. But
Academy Award winner, huh?
Oh yeah.
You know, it was overlooked. I'm surprised.
Overlooked.
Yes. It should have been there, and we're all going to talk about a game that we all played this weekend. So let's do the movie. Let's just get that out of the way. Everybody wants to talk about this great movie.
Greatest movie ever made, huh?
I
don't know. You know, on Netflix it did have 3.5 stars. I actually went ahead and put a 4-star to bump that up to maybe look at the floor. Yeah, only because it's a very campy film for one.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously,
it's a B movie.
I wouldn't even call it B. I'd say B+.
Yeah.
But it's very campy. It didn't have enough. It didn't have enough gratuitous nudity in it at all. In fact, I watched, and the only gratuitous quote-unquote nudity was when the lady answered the door in that really cool 1980s fishnet stocking lingerie, that lace lingerie. You could kind of see a little boobie, but you know, and then of course the pizza people turned her into the.
Well, okay. So I will say one of the reasons that movie is really it affected me as a child. To this day, one, I don't like clowns, and everybody's like, oh, Stephen King and Pennywise. Pennywise has nothing on fucking Clowns from Outer Space that wrap your ass in candy cane and have killer popcorn.
I'm sorry, but Pennywise was a much scarier clown than those clowns there.
So, well, one thing I will say in defense of the Killer Clowns, the makeup job was actually really good.
Yeah, the animatronics were pretty good on that.
For the fact that the acting was completely horrible.
Oh yeah.
And
what are you gonna do with those pies, boys?
Yeah.
Dude, what the hell?
That's my favorite line.
Okay. Hits him with the pies, and then he melts.
Right.
But meanwhile, if you remember at the very end of the movie, after the spaceship blows up, and they're like, "Do you think it's over?" They get hit in the face with the pies, and they don't dissolve.
Yeah, I know.
Because they weren't the space pies.
They were just.
Where the hell did they come from? They blew out of the spaceship.
They were magic, non-killing.
And what the fuck kind of hero characters do we have in this movie? This is fucking sad. They get on this ship, an entire city has been sucked up, turned into either candy canes or fucking balloons, and they're like, "Fuck these guys, we gotta get out of here." The one police officer makes one attempt. Hey, there's a lot of other people here. We should help them. Oh shit, they're following us.
Get out of here.
Well, and I love the 80s. These fucking kids. Oh, you're going down forever.
You're going down, and those kids look like such badasses too. Those two.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
I'd be scared to see them in the freaking. They look
like
nowadays.
We're drinking wine and just walking in the park.
I know. I thought like
no, they weren't even drinking the wine. They were carrying wine, walking through the park.
Walking through the park together.
That's right.
And
I love the guy who comes out of the. He doesn't bust the guy who was drinking beer, was walking across the street.
Right. And I noticed that too. That was one of the first things I saw. He's walking across the street with paper bags, filled to the brim with 12-ounce 6-packs of beer, and he's carrying them nonchalantly. Very heavy. Okay, that's like 2 cases in each hand. Okay, maybe he's really buff, but you're carrying them in paper bags. You know, it's gonna fall out. Has anybody ever carried beer in a paper bag? I mean,
I love the beer. Did you notice the beer? The beer reminded me of Dharma beer from Lost, the white can that just said beer.
Yeah, my grandparents used to drink beer. It was generic beer. It just said beer on the can. It was those cans.
So I gotta say, because of this movie, to this day, I refuse
to eat popcorn.
To have a hamper in my bathroom.
Yeah, that was disappointing too, because I thought for sure we were going to see at least a little more than shoulder and feet with that girl.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, if you're into ankle sex, then you were good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that thing. You know, I refused to go watch Pumpkin Face the movie because that movie scared the shit out of me as a kid, and I don't want it to be.
That's
I
our
don't
movie
want to
next
watch
week.
it and realize this is the most stupidest movie. I want to keep that horror memory of Pumpkin Face being scary, so I have refused to watch that movie, and I hadn't watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So I thought, okay, you know, the hamper thing is a little bit. You can probably get a hamper now. And you know, that was the thing. I started noticing all the little things, like when she opened the medicine cabinet and the popcorn that got, you could see the hole in the wall where they had the spray come out.
Yeah.
I just noticed all that little stuff.
Well,
but yeah,
and like some of the shit made no sense. Okay,
of course.
Well, I mean, it's a campy movie, and it was probably meant to be a real horror movie back in the day, just like Evil Dead was, and it just ended up being a joke. But one thing, how is it that the sheriff is the same age as the college girl, but yet he's out of college and they were dating prior to her meeting the guy she saw the shooting star with? They're almost all the same age, and they're all in their like 30s.
Oh, come on!
People in their 30s that are pretending to be college kids making out at the point.
This is 80s film, man. That's what they. That was all the 80s. If you look at any of the 80s films, they're all in their late 30s.
Top of the world.
Yeah. If you look at any of the 80s films that are campy, like some of the ski movies that they had there in the 80s, they were all like in their, you know, late 20s, early 30s, and they were supposed to be high school kids. I mean, Revenge of the Nerds,
like 21 Jump Street.
They're all
How
like...
21 Jump Street actually worked.
Yeah.
Those kids might look young, but they were all 30s, and they're in 21 Jump Street. It's like, wow, you're really kind of old.
Or 90210. You're like, yeah.
901, yeah.
You're like 40, dude.
Yeah, trying to act, you know, yeah. So... I would say if you want a movie that's just goofy and funny and it's got, I think, great makeup. Like you said, the clowns look amazing. All the clowns look great.
The storyline's terrible.
Yes, like I love.
The acting is very high school drama class.
Junior high?
Yeah, junior high. Well, no, I'd say high school. However, the lead chick in it is hot. I'm sorry. I love 80s chicks. I love 80s chicks. So she's hot, and the main sheriff, the older sheriff guy or whatever he was a douchebag.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be famous for something, and I don't remember because they lead off whatever his name was in Killer Clown.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then did you notice also
his name to push the Killer Clowns?
Did you also notice that the director, the producer, the writer were all the same guy? You're like, yeah.
Like you put all your budget into the clowns and everything else was kind of half-ass. So let's talk about this in the movie. What was your favorite part? Mine has always been in that movie is the motorcycle scene because. I'm not going to be a racist here, but the fact that those guys look like they're supposed to be Hell's Angels, and there's the one black guy. I know people that are and like that, and that one black guy would not be hanging out with all them. But it was like he was the one that was talking the most shit, and then that guy broke his bike. I love that scene. What are you gonna do? Knock my
block off?
Knock my block off. Yeah.
But I really love that. So what scenes did you guys like in the movie?
You know,
it might not be what you like. It might be just the most memorable.
Oh no, it's not. Well, the thing that got me was the scene when they're at the Big Top Burgers and the clown's just sitting out there like, come here, little girl, come here, come here. And then he's got this big fucking mallet. Like, they've got the ability to wrap anybody they want in cotton candy, throw them in a balloon, no big deal. And I'm like, holy shit, he's gonna smash her. He's gonna smash her. He's gonna. You fucking responsible parent.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was great too.
You're not paying attention that your kid
right.
is just left.
And the mom just comes. Don't you go anywhere until you finish your meal. Oh well, okay. Don't worry about the creepy clown dude trying to steal her.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying, is that one clown was just sitting there like, he's going to whack her with a fucking mallet, and the mom goes, you can't go anywhere until you finish your meal. So after you're done eating your french fries,
then
which
you
was
can
all
go play with Mr.
best,
Clown, yeah.
And you can go get beat by the pedo clown.
But did you notice there was clown shit right off the bat before we got to the guys in the ice cream truck with the clown.
Yeah.
Clown Top Burger. It's like they were asking to be invaded by killer clowns from outer space.
No doubt.
The clowns are probably like, okay, where should we go that we're not going to be all laughed at? Oh, look at this place has a Big Top Burger. They have douchebags driving around and fucking.
Yeah, they'll think.
Yeah. And I will point out something. I can see why. I can see why the clowns had to invade our planet. Just in case anybody missed it, there were only 2 females on the entire ship, and they end up screwing humans and letting them go.
And letting them go. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Are you Deborah's roommate?
The ugly and undesirables, all the ugly people in town got turned into cotton candy. And and the other scene that I thought was just mind-blowingly stupid. The 2 guys are running around inside the ship. We've got to save her. We've got to save her. What color balloon was she in? She was in a yellow balloon. Okay. Oh, my God. I don't see it anywhere. Oh, shit. There's a guy coming to kill us. And it's right behind them.
Yeah, the whole
entire
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
How hard were you really fucking looking?
Not so hard.
Probably not too hard.
The ex-boyfriend and
the ex-boyfriend and the new boyfriend, completely oblivious to the fact that she's in a balloon behind.
Can I say something about the ex-boyfriend? What the fuck is your problem? Let that shit go. If you don't come with, you cannot go look for a spaceship with us. If you don't do what I say, I'm going to put you in jail. Police fucking brutality, police abuse of power. You're going to lock your girlfriend up, because your ex-girlfriend up, because she dumped you for another guy, and then he's all like, oh, you guys were on top of the world. It's like, whoa, calm down.
You know, I think the marionette, or the ventriloquism part could have been a little better, a little longer. Yeah. I would have liked to have seen a little more action with the sheriff with the clown's hand up his.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I love like when he's on that gazebo and there's the clown. He's doing the puppet show.
Oh yeah, and he's all like, "Yeah, this is great."
But then he stands up and he just breaks his stand. It's like, you just put that all together for one guy. Why not just walk up to him, because everybody's normal with clowns, and just shoot him? Why
and the whole effort with the shadow puppets, like, you've really got to go with, going through all the bunny and the sexy girl and Washington crossing the Delaware, and then to the
and how would they have even known that reference?
How
would they have known that reference?
Well, in the 80s, people were actually being taught stuff like that.
No, but how would the clown know the
fucking right?
reference?
I don't know. Maybe he read the history. I don't know.
And then he goes into the dinosaur. Like, the dinosaur thing, okay, any big monster on any planet will work, but I'm going, the fuck it.
I don't get it.
I'm going to put him in my bag of popcorn now.
Yeah.
And then, speaking of the popcorn, he walks up back behind the burger joint, right? And he sprinkles his popcorn in the trash can, because he knew that somebody was going to come and stick their head in the trash can? I mean, come on. What's the chance? Why didn't you just sprinkle that stuff inside on the, walk on in, breathe Mr. Clown, and sprinkle some popcorn on the floor, and you've got the entire restaurant. But no,
exactly.
Just gets the little, in hopes that somebody sticks his head in the trash can looking, because I know that when I used to work at a fast food restaurant years ago, and when I would have to take the trash out, and if I heard little squeaky squeaks, the first thing I want to do is investigate. I'm like, fucking rats, I'm going inside. It's like,
exactly.
What the hell?
And I love the popcorn scene in the beginning when they shoot it and it's all flying at them like it's a tracking missile. Why not just go from space and just shoot it down? And then, because it seemed to have heat-seeking abilities.
Yeah.
And I love that after he got popcorn, there was so much popcorn just falling off him.
Spraying off him as they're running away.
It's like, Jesus Christ, you got sprinkled with popcorn. You're throwing popcorn. That's funny.
But that was another continuity issue. Okay, she gets all the way to the house covered in popcorn, to the point that it gets in her hamper. It's all over her floor. It's in the cupboards. It's everywhere. Okay. He's riding around with the cop. No popcorn to be found.
Or in the
car. When she got to the house, she didn't have popcorn on.
Yeah. In the front seat, you'd think he would have been like, "Ow, what the hell's that on my ass?" No, nothing.
Yeah. Well, it's like I'm invisible, but only when you guys aren't looking.
Right.
So it's just popcorn only grows when nobody's looking.
You can't see me.
No, the most depressing part about the movie, though, for me was when they took the dog. I don't know what happened to him, but that poor piece of white trash had his dog, and that was cool.
The dog named Winnie the Pooh.
I don't know what came out first, Killer Clowns or the that Stephen King movie. I can't remember. It has all the little short stories in it. But that beginning part with reminded me of that episode that where the meteor falls and Stephen King gets covered in green fuzz or whatever. I can't remember the name, but that it was like literally it's like they used the same house that was in that show. So I don't know which one of those came first.
I don't know.
But
I just watched the Stephen King movie the other day, freaking Maximum Overdrive. I hadn't seen that in forever. And in fact, I didn't even realize it was Stephen King. That's how much I don't care about for Stephen. I don't care for Stephen King at all. I just usually don't like it. But I had, it was on, so I was like, I'll watch this. And Stephen King walks up to the ATM machine at the very beginning. I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize this was a Stephen King movie. And I think the best line in that movie is, hey, honey, this machine just called me an asshole. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, so overall, I mean, yes, we did put it on the Facebook, but would you suggest this to somebody who's just looking for something goofy and funny?
Nah. There's other ones out there. I would say I would depend on what they're looking for. We're just looking for something that's totally horrible. Yes, this movie right here would be great for you.
I think this movie is a good movie to play in the background. Like if you're just looking for something to just have noise-wise that's kind of like crazy, this I think works for that. It's nothing that you want to sit down and
like at a Halloween party or something, just playing looping on the TV.
Just something playing.
Yeah, that would be okay. I could see that. There's a bunch of others that would work too, but yeah.
But it's not one that you want to seriously watch.
No, this is not. This is not a. No.
Oh, I honestly have to say that like the entire week I'm going, oh fuck, I gotta watch a movie. Because the last time I watched it, I was maybe 15, and at that point I was like, my God, this is the worst shit I've ever watched. So
okay,
yeah.
Who's going to be over? Who's taking over next week?
That'd be me.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a movie for us next week?
I don't yet, but I will have it by the end of the show.
Okay, so definitely check the end of the show. We'll have that, and check the Facebook page.
Yeah, it'll be on the Facebook page for sure.
Okay, so we want to talk about the game that we played. Oregons, like the organs inside your stomach, Trail.
Yeah.
Dad, since you got us this game,
you start out. I gotta get a drink anyway.
You gotta start out because. Go ahead, buddy.
All right. Well, I bought it because it was. I'm a big fan of Oregon Trail, and I'm a big fan of zombie movies. And I saw it. I'm like, it's $5. Why not give it a shot? I think I actually got it half off. So it was a little bit cheaper for when I purchased it for myself. But I'm always a big fan of indie games and anything that's old school throwback type of games. And we've talked before about how people make 8-bit or simulate 8-bit games, and they just come out looking terrible because there's no real thought put into it. Oregon Trail was just. It was the right place at the right time. I was in the mood for something old school, and I picked it up, and I'm like, wait, this has zombies in it? So I'm watching the gameplay footage, and I thought, okay, I got to buy this game. And then, we talk about buying each other inexpensive games, and Oregon Trail, the web-based game, was one that all three of us got into playing. So I was like, well, Oregon Trail has got to be one we're going to play. So playing through it, I thought that the fact that, you have the main guy, your first guy who basically dies after getting you to your family, which I thought was hilarious. When I played it, Kevin had malaria, a broken leg, the flu. He had gotten bit by a zombie, and he survived longer than I did.
Yeah.
Like he just kept coming back like perfect.
He was a zombie.
I'm a tank, motherfucker.
Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous. But it was cool because the things like repairing your car required scrap or required money. Having to budget for ammo and not actually needing as much ammo as one would think to get through it. The idea that you had to repair the car because oops, you ran over a zombie. The fact that they put in different stuff like you could go through the city. You basically, do you try to jump the river or do you you try to swim the river? And you would drive over the bridge hoping not to get stuck in a car jam or cut through the city and take the chance of having to outrun zombies. And I did that. I don't know if you guys encountered that one, but when you go through a city, if you made that choice, you actually played this like Frogger-esque mini game where you were basically trying to keep your car from running into zombies, so you didn't incur any damage to your vehicle, and that was really hilarious. Well, then, they had jobs here and there and everywhere in the game, and I failed at every one of them. Sadly,
so did I.
As the wife hit
no,
me.
Actually, I did pass one. I did win.
You did
one.
pass one, and that was fun.
I was like, woohoo! I survived.
But yeah, the jobs were actually the worst part for me. But it was really cool because it lets you interact with people. There's a lot of thought that went into it. It's not just like, oh, it's a Oregon Trail ripoff. It's kind of it's a zombie version of it.
Yeah.
It actually has a lot more enjoyable things in it for me than even the original Oregon Trail. I have no clue where the Oregon Trail leads to because you're making your way basically across the coastline.
You got to go to Portland. It starts out just like the original Oregon Trail. It starts out on the East Coast, and you make your way to Oregon, and you make your way to Portland. If you pull up the map, you've got a little spot at the end. That's Oregon. It's Portland.
And so you're still going to Oregon, but
you
got
to keep your.
Because I never actually pulled up the map because I was too busy playing and just running around and trying to kill shit.
I actually found a lot of really neat things in there. Like you can upgrade your shooting abilities, you can upgrade your car, you can upgrade. There's a bunch of stuff like that. Of course, you just need a shit ton of money.
Or scrap.
Well, scrap will repair your car, or you can sell the scrap.
So overall, did you like the game, Dad?
Oh, I fucking love it, dude. The only thing I have to say is I know Andrew, you do it in every game, but the music is really harsh on the ear.
Yeah, I love the music.
After about 20-30 minutes of playing, and it might have just been my day. I could have maybe had a migraine working.
To play. I kept on fucking dying.
I really enjoyed it. I would suggest it as a purchase. It's a great $5 game.
And you did it as part of your video thing, so people can go watch you play, right?
Yeah, it's on his Let's Play.
Yeah, so if you go on to youtube.com/Datacar, you can see his video of him playing.
Yep, and you can also watch my version on Twitch as well.
Overall, how did you like the game, Leonard?
Well, I actually like the game because I remember the old Oregon Trail. We had to play it all the time in school. And
being that we're from Oregon.
I was from Washington, so it's still.
Close enough.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. When I played, though, I looked at a few more options, looked at a couple things. I turned the music down because it was kind of like really blaring at first. I did turn the music down to where I have the music in the background, kind of like the car radio going.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was okay. I like the music. The whole premise is kind of cool, and it plays just like the original Oregon Trail. You're just wandering across the countryside. Your car moves. Apparently, looks like it's only moved 3 inches. It moved quite a few hundred miles.
Maybe just stop randomly and then start back up.
Well, I like the fact that you could stop randomly. That was cool. Stop and rest. And trade with people if you see somebody to trade with, which was cool. I also like the fact that there was a couple times when I was playing that I had the option of not stopping, which made sense.
Killing us.
Yeah, it's like screw that, I'm moving.
I did that, and it backfired on me, though, because you end up breaking down or having to take a night in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't have to do that.
Lucky bitch.
But, the jobs, I end up always having difficult and suicide were my options. I did a couple scavenging things, and I was able to successfully win a scavenging. I avoided all the zombies. I didn't get the bear. I didn't get the zombie bear. Instead, I got like zombie wolves. I kept getting zombie dogs, and they were the boss fight. I'm like, boss fight? And I'm running away because you shoot them like 50 times and they don't die. And the shooting was horrendous. The maneuvering the gun around, figuring out how it fucking actually fires. You pull the trigger, you hold the mouse key, you move the thing around, then you let go of the mouse key and it fires. Sometimes you let go of the mouse key and you still got the line, no fire. Nothing. And I'm hitting the stupid mouse key, nothing. I'm running and there's a lion in front of me, nothing. And it's like, okay, this sucks. You got caught by zombies. Yeah, because my gun jammed. But, you know, so those were horrible. I ended up, by watching Dad's video, I remember he bought like a shit ton of ammo. I did not buy any ammo. I bought like very little ammo and spent my money on gasoline and tires and, you know, stuff like that, and food. So we didn't die of attrition. We didn't die of starvation. I ended up dying because you know, I kept buying med packs, stopping and using the med packs on me because while we would rest, I didn't heal.
Yeah.
Everybody else heals just fine. That. I don't heal. I have to use med packs on myself. So I was able to get past a little beyond St. Louis. And then finally just, what would you like to put on your headstone? Fix this stupid shooting! That's what I put on my headstone. I tweeted it out to everybody. So, I mean, overall I think it's a fun game. For the price of the, what was it, $5 or whatever, it's totally a gifter, for sure. It's kind of a fun game. It'd be, you know, if it ends up in one of your Humble Bundles or your whatever they're called, you know, play it. It is fun. Just try to avoid shooting whenever possible, because it is the worst shooting game that there is. You know, oh, and I also like the I didn't do it, but I like when you stop and rest and you click on party. You have the option. You have the option of killing one of your party off. Yeah, you know what? We just don't have enough food for you, buddy. I'm sorry. What? You know, come walk with me. I loved your rationalization when I was talking to you. You're like, well, Dad's almost dead, so if I just kill him, that will save me money on other people. Right. And I'm like, just take care of him.
You were willing to just pass up Dad because he was sick.
Yeah, there wasn't the option of leave at night. You know, put a note on the stump next to him. Just kill him. Oh, okay. I clicked on kill person and I went eeny meeny miny mo, and I didn't kill anybody, but it was just like.
I did like that feature. Okay, for me, I thought the game was amazing. I loved the sounds. I loved the look of the game. Everything about it was such a throwback to Oregon Trail because I love Oregon Trail. Yeah. I have like 4 or 5 different versions I've gotten over time on iTunes. I just love the idea of Oregon Trail, of having to survive through this process of, you know, your family dying. But Dad, motherfucker, leave the goddamn batteries and the tires alone. You kept on breaking this shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dad broke the battery. What?
Yes. Like, why are you playing with the tires?
Yes, I remember that. You're like, Dad broke battery. What? Oh, and then the fire in the car. Remember you had a fire in the car. Dad was smoking in the back of the car.
Why are you playing with fire? You're in a moving vehicle. Okay, so...
Hey, Lanyard sat down too hard, or my nephew sat down too hard on a gas can and broke a gas can in my car.
Right.
How the fuck do you sit down too hard?
I ended up with a gas can full of water. Who's not sniffing the cans, okay?
Exactly.
And then, of course, shortly after it says, one of your gas cans is full of water. The next prompt was, the only water you can find is stale and nasty. Well, what about the 5 gallons of water I got in the gas? What, we just chuck that out? What the hell?
Yeah.
Put it in the car?
Okay, so, if the game, I could have played that game all day yesterday. One down and started playing, I was like, I fucking love this. But the shooting was so horrendous.
Oh, yeah, it was terrible.
That I could not get any farther. If it was just you point and you click to the line, and once I kind of figured out you got to pull back like shotgun style to actually shoot your gun.
Yeah.
I still said like I get the only time that I somewhat okay are the ones where you're fighting the bandits in the buildings that are behind cover.
I got shot right off the bat. I stood up. Pow! Like,
yeah. So anytime I was being chased by zombies, I would just run in circles until it let me out, but then I would just die anyways, because by the time you pull back and you finally get ready to shoot, you're dead.
Yeah.
The shooting in that game is so horrendous.
Those little crawlers are pretty fast for not having legs.
Yeah, if they would just fix the shooting in that game where you just point and click and shoot to that area, the game I think would be great if you like Oregon Trail 8-bit style game.
Yeah.
Me, I fucking loved that game.
That was fun.
The shooting was horrible. I wish I could play more of it. I was so disappointed that the shooting was so bad that I couldn't even play. I was just like, here's this great game that is hindered on the shooting. That just sucked. And when you sent me that message telling you the game was, I literally the day before I was like, oh, I should buy this. Maybe I'll buy it here tomorrow. And then I get that message saying, Data Cars bought you or got it. I'm like, well, I was going to buy this anyways. But
and I was in the middle of Battlefield at the time when you sent me your text, and I'm like, or sent me the message on Steam, and I'm like, what does he mean he was going to buy that for me? He wanted that? Yeah. Why did I buy that? And I'm like, wait, I was going to buy that. Ah, duh.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of an idiot when I text. I use Siri because I'm too lazy to type shit out. So it's just quicker just to talk to my phone. So overall, that game, fucking 10 zombies. The shooting wasn't horrible. I didn't get very far. I didn't kill anybody, but I came across that menu. The one thing I did like, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna kill anybody I run across on the road. So I run across this girl. She's like, oh, my car, and I stole some. I'm like, yeah, fuck this bitch. I'm gonna steal everything from her. Well, then at the end, it's like, do you want to give it back? And I was like, well, I kind of feel bad. She's on her own. I gave it back, the item that I stole from her, and she's like, oh, thanks, I was looking for that. And she upgraded and repaired my car and gave me a free tune. I was like, this is much better. So I could go through a rain without having to slow down.
Nice.
Lord.
Yeah. The game is great. Because in Lanyard, you got to a point where it said you saw something, and you're like, fuck this, this is a zombie.
I said, I'm not stopping. Are you kidding?
Like, yeah,
you saw something off the road. Stop. So, keep driving.
Yeah. That's just how people die in a zombie apocalypse. They get fucking nosy and want to go help.
Well, that's like you hear shooting in the nearby city, and then you stop. And I'm like, why am I stopping? It's Pittsburgh. Yeah. You know, it's Pittsburgh. Why am I stopping in Pittsburgh? So there's always shooting going on.
Yeah. So I didn't make it very far because I couldn't get past any of the boss mission. And when I went through, I chose like one of everything and just kind of was like, okay, but fucking Dad alone kept on eating the batteries or doing whatever to the fucking tires.
They're in the back seat fucking around, but I can't light this thing on fire. Burning the back seat.
So overall, I think the game is amazing. And I love the fact that it has so much social media built into it that you can bitch about the game inside of the game.
Yeah, for an 8-bit game, that's hilarious.
The fucking shooting. The shooting on that is the biggest problem with that game.
It's horrible. Yeah, they really need to fix that.
I did have one question for you guys. One of the things when you go gathering is money. And, you know, you need money to barter.
Yeah.
And I understand that you have to have some type of monetary system that's basery so that you can buy anything.
Yeah.
You know, but in a post-apocalyptic world where zombies are everybody,
money's worth nothing.
Right.
I mean, do you see?
Because I could just go into another empty building and take all the money out of their house. Look, now I got billions of dollars.
Yeah, take what they want. Yeah, I mean that's like the show, you know, the Living Dead, Walking Dead. You know, I think there was a part in there where the guy was shuffling through stuff and he just like kind of chucked a couple stacks of of bills away, and it's like it doesn't matter anymore. There's no government to say this is worth anything. It's going to come down to scavenging and bartering, which, by the way,
we all know
bartering is the way to go.
That in the future, money is going to be bottle caps, so you better start saving up now, because those battle caps are going to be what's. I
thought it was spice. I thought it was all about spice, man. You know.
No, that's Dune. I'm talking about bottle caps.
Bottle caps. Where are the bottle?
Yes.
Bottle
that's Half-Life, or not Half-Life, but.
I'm sorry, I've got this thing in my face.
I can't remember the game now. Fallout, yes, Fallout, yeah.
Bottle caps.
So, anyways, that was great. Overall, Dad, I thank you for that game. That was a great.
Yes, Dad, thank you very much. That was great. Yeah. It was much better than the stupid marble game.
So.
And there was no jumping, just terrible shooting.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So we go for a while. So let's talk about. Do we have anything we kind of want to talk about just in general?
Well, there is one thing I did want to mention. I think last episode, maybe the episode before, I was talking a little bit about the Scarlet Blade, and I was playing a whipper. They have a whip and you can kill people, right? And I was saying, you know, that would be really awesome if the Secret World, because the Secret World, for some of your advanced stuff, you can get like rocket launchers, was the first one you were able to train into, and then they had chainsaws, which is what zombie apocalypse is not good without a chainsaw. And I said, you know what would be cool is if they had whips. Well, I uploaded the new expansion, and guess what? Or the new upgrade, and now you have whips, the ability to have whips as well on the secret world, and I'm like, hot damn! I mean, I'm not even close to even starting putting points in the specialties. But I still want my chainsaw because it's just wicked watching people whip around with chainsaws. Yeah, and thanks to one of our current watchers watching on Twitch, they had mentioned a really bad movie, and I looked at the reviews on it. It's a 2.7 star on Netflix.
What is this one?
IMDb, I mean. I haven't checked to see if it's on Netflix. I can't. I had internet running and it started really screwing my connection up. So if I don't know if it's on Netflix, but Sand Sharks was mentioned. I was reading the information on IMDb and it looks absolutely amazing.
I'm thinking maybe we should just drop the whole movie thing.
Say what?
We're going to be watching some pretty shitty movies.
That's right. We're going to be watching some really crappy movies. Thank you, viewers. And I think that makes that part of the show that part of the show even better because it's just like, oh my god, I gotta watch this.
It might be my fault because in our original post, my post was that, or in my post on the site, it was let us know what movies you'd like to torture us with.
Thank you very much, Dad. All right, I like that. Yeah.
Actually,
well, I have to admit, watching clowns made me want to really just bang my head on my desk, and it's glass, so if I went through, it would have been perfect to slit my wrist.
I don't know if it's
Sand
on
Sharks
Netflix.
can't be much worse.
If it's on Netflix,
yeah, Sand Sharks.
If it's on Netflix,
I'm going to add that to my. I would do that now, but it would probably crash all my fucking internet bullshit.
Yeah, if it's on Netflix, then that'll be the show. If it's not on Netflix after the show, I'll come up with something and I'll put it on Facebook. But
okay, so
and I don't know what the time is right now. So
it's available for instant queue, by the way, guys. I'll provide.
Awesome.
Yeah, so.
All right,
okay.
It's there.
So
Sand Sharks is
what
the
do you got coming up this weekend, Dad?
The wife would really like me to play some Star Wars with her, so if she's still awake by the time we're done with the show, I'll be doing that. If not, I'll be getting a little bit more plastered and playing some more BF3 and being a C4 noob. I will point out something, by the way, and I didn't say this earlier, but I need to say it now before we leave. I want to point out one thing that no one seems to notice. Using C4 in that game in multiplayer is not as noobish because there are a lot of people that just do it in a straight line. They're like, oh fuck, gotta do it, you know, just get their kills, and they miss everybody. To use C4 effectively is complicated as getting sniping right. No one seems to get this because I can encircle people in C4 and light them up, or I can draw. I've actually done I've done zigzags through the map, through the sections of the map, and
what C4 do you get?
With my explosives pack, it's like 5 packs of C4, and when properly used, I get anywhere from 4 to 10 kills.
What's really cool about C4 is it's clay. So I mean, if you're like, you know, into modeling, you know, you can make a little designs, this little horse design with its tail being the igniter, and people come up and go, and little kids come up and go, oh mommy, look, it's a See?
That's just wrong, Leonard. On so many
clay.
levels.
That's what's so fun.
I do wish it would stick to people's back.
You can wrap
I do wish it
would
would stick to people. Because if I could throw it on the back of an enemy and then watch him run into his buddies and then pull the trigger, infinitely better.
What you need in BF3, or maybe they'll have it in BF4, is sticky bombs.
Like in the Halo.
Yeah, you take C4 and you stick it in a sock and you wrap it in tar, and then you just wing it at your target and goes.
That kind of sounds like some kind of first-person zombie style.
Yeah. You know where I first saw sticky bombs? Was in what was that in Saving Private Ryan? They did the sticky bomb where they put it on the tank. They took the sock off. They put the C4 in there, it wasn't a C4. It was whatever they had. It was comparable, but and then they stuck it to the tank and blew the track off. I was like, that's a brilliant idea.
So
now
Leonard,
everybody's gonna walk around with those socks, but hey.
What do you got coming up this weekend, Leonard?
I'm
gonna
play some
doing?
SWTOR. I'm gonna get my HK. I really want to get my HK, and I jumped on Lanyard and I was playing Lanyard again, and I actually went out and tanked something, a hard mode, tank, and I forgot how much fun it is, fun it was to tank in SWTOR. Now that they fixed SWTOR a long time ago, but or as far as tanks go. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna jump on and play some more SWTOR until my time runs out, and then I gotta get some more tanking in. I don't want to do World of Tanks. I want to do that, and there is another game that I want to get a little more action in, play a little more of, and that's that DK Online. I wanted to try that out again a little bit more.
You don't want the World of Warcraft time? Maybe
if anybody's willing to pay for some WoW time for me, I'll play. But I'm not gonna pay for any. I'm not paying for any of these games anymore. I'm done. I can't afford this anymore. I could afford to pay for one game, but if I pay for one game, that's all I'm playing, because then I'm paying for it. If someone wants to send me a card, for a while, then I'd be more than happy. If someone wants to buy me Pandera, it's only $39, and I get a whole month of it. So I mean, I'm down for that. But I've got vacation coming up.
Oh yeah, we should talk about that maybe.
In 2 weeks, so from the 7th of April to the 15th of April, I have off. I'm not planning on doing anything. My vacation, was thinking about going to Vegas for a while. I thought about going to see my family. I thought about going, and I was like, you know what, that's all spendy stuff. I get back on the 15th, I'm pooped, and I want to make another vacation. So,
and
I'm broke. So, So instead, what I think I'm just going to do is I'm going to stay home. I'm going to stay local. I'm going to staycation it. I'm going to turn my fucking alarm clock off. I'm going to game the hell out of it. I know someone's texting me, and I know it's probably Dat, and I can't remember what the hell I'm doing. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll just stay home. I think I'm probably going to go out and do some shooting with a friend of mine. Just going to do a staycation thing. I thought about going to the beach.
You should do a streamcation. You should do a streamcation like I did.
Streamcation?
There you go.
Well, I got an email from Toshiba. They're selling some fairly mediocre, not Uber laptops, but some good laptops for like $300. And I was like, yeah, I mean, and it's better than the one that I have.
Send me a copy of that email.
I will. It's they have one that was like $299, and it had like i5 Pentium i5 in it, and it had 300 megabyte hard drive or 300 gig hard drive. I mean, it wasn't like.
Just your basic.
Yeah, it was
around
better than the last one I had, which I paid $600 for. So I thought about trying to figure out how I could squeeze that in before the sale goes out, because they had a really good one with like a starter gamer one. I mean, you could play SWTOR on it and everything else, and it was only $500, normally $900. So I mean,
computers are getting cheaper now.
Yeah. And I'm also gonna probably build my own computer. So my vacation is either gonna be tearing apart the Mustang. I have a classic 70 Mustang that I need to get restored. So either tearing that apart, making me a new computer desk, or building a computer. So one of those three things I'll be doing as my main goal.
Too bad I can't get you another table like mine, my computer desk.
I don't want a door, dude.
Come on, this is
amazing. No, I had a door. I had a door when I was living over.
I gotta say
at my previous place that I was living, I had it was just an indoor door, like between bedrooms. And it was beautiful because it sat on basically the guy that had the room before me had built it, and it was two gigantic door sitting on top of two what are those sawhorses.
Oh yeah.
And it was nailed down, and then he had put plexiglass that covered the door over the top of that. And then had little trim along the thing so the plexiglass wouldn't slide off. And it was great because I could slide maps, I could slide whatever, notes, whatever, under the plexiglass. I wouldn't spill coffee all over it. Yes.
I'm showing that it's not a door. Don't have a door.
You can't see anything. It looks like Minecraft right now, man. It's terrible. Anyway, so that's what I want to do. I want to build a corner desk that'll hold my 3 32-inch monitors. So.
Yeah. Me, I'm not gonna be doing.
Oh, well, that's great. Oh no, he's still in. He's still in Skype.
There, buddy.
So that's another thing that we might be changing. We're gonna probably be looking at something else. Good. Fuck you. I unplugged my stupid camera anyways. fucking bullshit. Oh, look, my internet running so much smoother now.
What? You're kidding me. Maybe if you didn't have dial-up.
Oh,
look,
Jesus.
I like dial-up. Anyways, this weekend I will play
a monkey cranking his little thing going.
I'm probably going to be playing some more of Little of Everything. I'm definitely going to sit down and I need to go over and look at what's in the new Slender Arrival, and I want to play that and put some videos out on that. I need to finish playing the Walking Dead game,
Yeah.
The Tall Tale game one, and that's pretty much it. I just really have just a little things to do on my plate this weekend. I got some doctor shit I got to take care of, so I know that's going to end up.
Yeah, what's Doctor Who doing? Have you watched any more Who?
Oh, no, I'm not talking about it. Well, Doctor Who, I'm done with Doctor Who. I don't like the new Doctor. Amy Pond is fucking the most beautiful girl ever, but I don't want to see her and her fucking husband doing shit with the Doctor. I don't give a shit.
What? Is it like a three-way?
No, they get to travel together. I don't know. I don't want to see that. I want to see the Doctor.
Anyway.
I will say the last episode I watched was with the Angels, and I think the Angels are fucking amazing, and I really liked that episode. But I ended up quitting after the next episode after that. And so, maybe it was because I did too much Doctor Who back to back that I just kind of burnt myself out.
Yeah, maybe,
but
maybe.
I'm done. I love the show. I will consider myself, because of you guys, because I was always like, fuck Doctor Who.
No, I've never watched an episode, so don't say me, guys. I don't know.
Well, no. You guys talked about it, and I decided to finally
Yeah.
Well, okay, Dad. Then.
Okay.
I finally just decided to give in and just watch it. And I wish I would have done it. It was like Arrested Development. I thought Arrested Development was fucking stupid. I sat down and watched it and was like, what the fuck? This is amazing. Why? But, you know, it's just that thing. I think you get in certain times of your life, something's not interesting until you check it out later after. It's like, oh, yeah, this was really good. So over the weekend, I'm not going to be doing much, but just fucking, I got to go see the doctor and have blood drawn and all that wonderful stuff. So we're coming closer to the end of the show. Let's talk about
That's
the
it.
Facebook. Come and like us on Facebook.com/SithTalk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Datacar, Lanyard1, right?
Lanyard1 is on the YouTube. No, Lanyard Nightcutter's on the YouTube.
Oh, yeah, Lanyard Nightcutter. White Sword is Lanyard, or Datacar, White Sword. Lanyard, what's your Twitter again?
Lanyard1 on Lanyard73. So at Lanyard73, yeah. Let's see. So it's at Lanyard73 Twitter.
I need to write this in the
Lanyard Nightcutter on the YouTube. Lanyard1 on the Twitch. Lanyard1 on Steam. Lanyard1 on Origin.
Okay.
Lanyard.
Lanyard.
My persona Lanyard does not have a Facebook. So.
So yeah, like us on Facebook. Leave us comments. Leave us something if you want us to watch a movie or something to talk about, cinema, whatever. And you got anything? Any last words, anybody?
I got shit to do.
Lanyard, any last words? Okay, Akamagash, everybody. Have a nice day, and that's the show.
C4 Range.
You're watching White Sword TV.